In a recent piece on the business website Inc.com, they described 7 types of bosses you might encounter in the workplace. Of course, we at SYFY WIRE think video game whenever we hear the word boss, or we think about Judith Light as in who's the, but that's a whole other story, a whole other video for another day. Anyway, after incredibly meticulous research, meaning we sat and thought about it, here are the 7 types of bosses if they were video game bosses. There's only one word for boss, huh? Bowser in the original Super Mario Bros. Is a hands-off boss in a couple of ways. He sends scores of minions after you, sure, but he kinda lets them, like, do their own thing, even if that means just walking back and forth between the same 2 points on a map for all eternity. Bowser gets a second hands-off point too, because defeating him requires you to literally not touch him at all, which HR has said is a thing I should also not do. A power tripper is described as being self-centered, loving the feeling of power and domineering. That's the Metroid Prime from the game of the same name in a nutshell. Like many of the best video game bosses, the fight against Metroid Prime is split into stages when she powers up considerably twice during the battle. The fight requiring you to switch tactics and weapons is tough because of Prime's sheer power. When you go to fight Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid, you'll quickly find him to be all over every move you make.
I can read your every thought.
A perfect and annoying Micromanager example. What's more, he doesn't just know every move your character has made, he actually reads your memory card and criticizes your saved games, what you've done, how many times you've saved, picking apart every bit of work you've done in the game. It's like, are we married? God. While there are several bosses that will try to befriend you, trying to convince you to join them for drinks or go play laser tag this weekend, or just hang out and listen to me talk, we're going a different route on the buddy. One that turned against you. In Kingdom Hearts, your best friend and friendly rival Riku becomes one of your toughest boss battles. He's convinced that you've turned against him and are holding him back, and his battle tactics are very similar to your own. Heartless indeed. In the business world, this is an unfocused boss who has a new goal or objective every day, completely changing up what he's setting out to do. In video games, Dr. Robotnik of the Sonic the Hedgehog series is a shiny object chaser in a literal sense, seeking out the means to control the world through ever-increasingly over-the-top machines and devices. He switches from simple animal-powered robots to nuclear bombs to summoning ancient gods. Luckily, Sonic stops him all with speed. If only that actually worked in real life. The apathetic boss tends to just ignore anything you're doing out of a sincere lack of caring for the job at all. Major Raddick in Killzone 2 certainly has his own goals, but when it comes to fighting him, he disappears. Literally, he can kind of turn invisible. He also takes a lot of bullets, basically ignoring anything you do to him in the fight. In the end, the fight only ends because he chooses to take his own life rather than keep fighting you. A balanced boss has a little bit of everything and is a rarity in business and even more rare in video games. But Ganondorf, the final boss in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, is as balanced as they come. That's thanks in part to the fact that you fight multiple versions of him throughout the game. From shadowy Phantom Ganon to the hulking power-tripping Beast Ganon. He has his own goals, isn't afraid to change tactics when necessary, and lets his legions of followers try to stop you along the way. A perfectly balanced boss, which in this case is maybe not a good thing? Any type of video game boss we're missing? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more videos. And please tell us where Mother Brain from Metroid would fall into this because we're kind of torn.